Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round table discussion of AAC meeting, Ijeshatedo, Sulere 2 constituency. So I would like to start with Mr. Lucky here. This is your first time joining us.
Yes.
How do you feel about today's meeting?
First of all, I want to say thank God for giving me the opportunity and the privilege to be here. I think any youth that is not really here is actually really missing a lot. And from the little I've seen here, I think with this great party, the future is bright for the youths.
Yeah, thank you. That means subsequently we'll be seeing more of you and hopefully be able to convince people about our party.
Yeah, not just subsequently. I think every time meetings are being held, I will make myself available and not just convincing people, it should be like a gospel to people. Preach about it, talk about it, sleep on it, eat it, and because we all are, like you said, our unborn children, even those that are born, this opportunity to have a brighter future. And I think this party can deliver that.
Thank you. Miss Abigail, what do you have to say about women participation in politics, especially in the community in Ijesha here?
Okay. As I've always said, women have this power men don't have. I'm sorry to use that word, but it's the truth. Because there are some things men cannot convince people about that women can, you know. Like, as I said in the last meeting or in the last executive meeting we had in a car, I said sometimes people might not just intend to come to meetings, but because of us, they'd like to, and with time they'll just get interested. So I believe women have this power to always take things forward, move things forward, and I hope we get lots of them, lots of women in the party.
Thank you. So what do you think, why are women not using their power if they have this enormous power to change the society? Why are they not using it well enough?
Okay, I think women are not really educated about the power they have. Just a few of them know about it, and I think the educated ones. So what we need to do is educate women, first of all, gather them and educate them that they have so much power to give, so much power to use, like to make the country a better one, and to also make the country a better place for their children, their unborn children, and the ones that are already living.
Mr. Rotimi. Mr. Rotimi. In Sulere 2, especially Ijesha, how do you see your community improving your life in day-to-day politics?
And I've been in this Ijesha community since I was born, and I would say it's not moving forward at all. Let me say we are just like a stream of water, not just moving. Because I think I read my primary school here in Ijesha, I finished my secondary school here in Ijesha. Everything that I did in Ijesha, but I didn't see the improvement of the government in our community here. So, and I believe when I joined the AAC party, I see the idea, the plan they have for the youth here in Ijesha, and I believe that if youth in this Ijesha can come out fully with bold mind to fight for this Ijesha, I believe Ijesha will be better. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Yemi, you know, in present day politics, a lot of people tend to mix it with religion. But from what you can see, will religion actually move our community forward, or actual participation of both men, women, young and old in the community? Is it what's going to move our community forward, or we should just pray?
Thank you very much. There is. Thank you very much. There is a place for religion and there's a place for politics in the community, because the community is not being run by that. Though is religion is good, we should be close to God, we should be a good Christian or a good Muslim, but then it is not the religious people that are running the community. Because if you say that because we are religious and we don't want to, and we think that politics is too dirty for us and we don't want to participate in, we just want to keep on praying, then the wrong people will be in power and they will be making laws that is going to be harmful unto us. But if we are truly religious, then we should find the way of making ourselves to be part of the politics so that we can influence positive policies that will better the lives of the people. But if we are just trying to play holy that we don't want to participate in politics or want to keep on praying, God will not come down from heaven to do what we men are going to do, because God has already given us the power to do things. He will not come down to do it for us. So it is by also going into that politics in making the right decision that things are going to get better. But if we keep on moving back, that's because I'm a holy person, because I'm religious, then the wrong people will keep on getting in power and they'll be making the wrong decision that is going to affect us, affect our generations yet unborn negatively. So I think we should all come out of our shells and participate fully and positively in the politics of this Nigeria to make Nigeria a great and a better place to live in. Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Emi, a lot of people are in churches and mosques. In fact, you see close to half of our population in religious houses. Why is it that we don't see those amount of church goers and mosque goers transmit in ballot papers? Why don't we see them actively in the community, using that same medium to propagate better ways to move the community forward? What's happening? Why are they not socially and politically motivated to do the needful?
Thank you very much. I think it's because they are not well informed. They are not well informed. Maybe that's the reason why they feel that politics is maybe like a dirty game, and when they get involved, it will make them sing like that. But if even as a person, you can decide to, even if you're in the midst of people that are doing the wrong thing, you as a person, you can decide to stand out and make a difference. You can decide that you don't want to follow the crowds, that you want to make yourself to be a standard. So let me say it's because maybe they are not well informed. Those that are leading them are not leading them aright. They are not imparting the right knowledge to them. Because I can even remember, even in my own church, General Pastor Ijeshatedo, during the last election, he kept on hammering in that all members of our CG should make sure that they all get registered in one political party or the other, that they should make themselves a member of a political party in Nigeria, that everybody should make sure to have their PVC. So it's because they are not well informed. That is it.
Okay, yeah, sure, you can.
To the question you asked, I think people are also afraid I think that's a big thing. They are also afraid because they feel if I come out, I'll get intimidated by the party involved now. But let me say something: if we keep being scared, or if we keep being afraid, then who is going to make the country a better place? Like our leader Shore, because of his confidence and because he was not scared. You can see the huge crowd that came towards our party. Like, some people were not even informed about him, some people didn't even know about him, but because of that confidence he had, like, people came to know about him. So I believe if people are not afraid of what could happen or what will happen, I believe there'll be so much changes. If you can have so much crowd in the churches and in mosques, and sometimes people feel like God can always help me, you know, that's why they always go to church. As you were saying, they'll go to church, let's pray, but if we don't help ourselves, who will? We need to pray, and when we pray, we need to be the ones to put the actions, like put it in actions. And how do you put it in action? Yes, put in the work. And how do we do that? By coming out, coming to engaging ourselves in different political parties and trying to do one or two things that could help our party or that could help our country. So I think people should stop being afraid, come out. At least there's rights to freedom, there's rights to speech, and so many things. So I think that's the number one thing. We should just stop being afraid.
Mr. Lucky, what do you think is the cause of low youth participation in politics, especially in this our community? A lot of them tend to play football during election time. A lot of them prefer to go and watch football, even when politics are being discussed that will shape their life. What do you think is responsible?
Thank you for that question. It's basically very simple. It's a question that has been recurring from years and years and years from our parents. We should go out and try and convince them that something good can come out this time. You can try 100 times and make those mistakes, fall down, but who is the most important person there? Who is the winner? It is that person that can persevere and stand up and retry again. Like great inventors, they failed so many times, but eventually they got it right. So I think the basic reason why there's low turnout of youths and everything is just, I think our parents really have a great role to play also, or our elders. Now we know the truth, so I think we can take back what these people have taken from us. So like you said, we could do a door-to-door evangelism as in terms of politics. Like this church, what do you call them? Christ ambassadors, what they call cell units, you understand? You can go out and talk to people. Try and reconvince people. Try and build people's mindset again. We need to change that mindset that nothing good can come out. Even if I go and vote, my vote will not count. Now we know with the right party, the right kind of people, the right frame of mind, that our votes will be counted. And the truth about it is that it's not even the older ones. The youths are the leaders of tomorrow. So if you can get the youths, seriously, we can rule this nation and make sure this nation can be a better place for us to live in. Thank you.
Action. Yeah. So, to you now, do you think our parents went to sleep during the time of the military or in today's democracy? Do you think our parents went to sleep, or do you think that they are not encouraging us enough, or do you think that they are also making the same mistake of yesteryears of them keep voting in or the wrong people into power? What do you think is the cause of today's failure in democracy?
And I will say to today democracy, as you said, our parents did not fall to sleep. Likewise, they are working, but all the work now based on we youth. Because when you see your mom now, your mom wants, or your parents wants a better future for you, and everything lay on your hand as a youth. Because I was in my room one day thinking that we youth of Nigeria have a big load on our shoulder. The big load is on our shoulder is, I ask myself as a youth, what my parents have already did their own part. I as a youth have to do my own part also. The part that I have to do is much, because I'm going to fight for the present generation that I am. Then I'm going to fight again for the coming generation, not to make a mistake that I have made. Because for the next generation not to make a mistake, I must take a bold step. Because once I make the mistake, my coming generation behind me will also follow the line. So for me not to make the big mistake is for me as a youth to fight for my right. And my right is to know where I'm going to. Because we all know what we are battling in this country as a youth. Because we know we youth, as my colleague says, we youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Then the leaders of tomorrow now are not the ones suffering. So I will say we youth should stand up on our feet. There's a big load on our shoulder. We are fighting for two things. We are fighting for generation we are now and the next generation to come. Thank you.
Yes, finally, I think I have one or two things to say. I think politically in this country, we've been getting it wrong. And this is the time. In fact, this is the best time to stay alive. This is the best time to be alive, like Shore will always say. The best time to be a Nigerian is now. And it's time for us to stand up and take our country back. We don't have any other country. We're not planning on leaving this country. Our plan is for us to fix this country. Take it back first and fix this country for our children and our children yet unborn. Thank you for and